So hopefully there won't be too much noise interference on the microphone. I'm having to hold on to the grip for grim death because it's really strong. It's a really strong wind. In fact, I tell you what, I'll just unplug the microphone for 2 seconds and you can tell the difference with it on and with it off. Are you ready? That's how windy it is. Goodness, that's better. Right, so this is Tower Festival Headland, the central headland on Blackpool Promenade, and there's an extra 60 metres of land here that was reclaimed when the new sea wall was built. So if you remember Blackpool in, well, the 70s and 80s and before that, it was all old seafront and steps and paved areas and one thing and another, and this has all been rebuilt in recent years. So we'll just go over to the edge and take a look and see how it's rebuilt. So it's sort of curved. It's a very attractive design. You can see it curves there underneath Central Pier, and you can see as well that it's made with these steps. So they're fitted as precast concrete units, and you can see this guy is jet washing, and that's to clean the algae off that grows out of the sea so that it's not slippy and dirty, and they use a high pressure wash just to get it off. Seagull there is coming to watch him. Oh goodness, these two are doing a selfie. So these metal brackets that we're looking at now, these are actually the supports for the windshields that are used when the big events take place on Tower Festival Headland. So this is all designed to be a shared space that can be used for big events like Switch On, the air show, etc. It's got a 20,000 capacity when it's closed off, so the whole of it can be closed off, including the tramway in front of the Blackpool Tower. And the first event that was staged in this space was the Sir Elton John concert, to celebrate the opening of the headland and the seafront and Switch On and one thing and another. And that was rained off and blown off. That was the 16th of June 2012. And would you believe, in June 2012 the weather was as windy as it is now, and the whole thing had to be abandoned. In fact, I think he got onto stage and sang a song and that was it, which was a terrible shame. Of course, this space is overlooked by the beautiful Blackpool Tower, which I'll just show you while the sun's come out for a second. You see it there, and it's red lead glory. And we're coming up now to the comedy carpet. We've done a separate video about the comedy carpet. So if you've subscribed to the Visit Fylde Coast YouTube channel and you've hit that bell for notifications, you've probably already seen our comedy carpet video, but we'll walk across some of it and you can watch that one separately. I'll put you the link to it in the comments below, because we've taken a look at it in detail and how it was built and lots of other information. And as you can see by people standing looking at it and reading it, it's popular all year round, whatever the weather. This is also a place as well, Tower Festival Headland, where you quite often see film crews gathering. So if you see news reports on North West Tonight or ITV, or in fact on the national news, you can bet your bottom dollar that the reporters will be stood somewhere round about here, so that behind them they've got the view of the tower. And I'm just going to turn around and then you'll see what they see. because it's quite a magnificent view, got to say. So that's your view. So if you get your tripod low enough, you can get the tower in the background as well. Woo! Wibble wobble. Having all on, holding my camera up today. It's also a popular spot for Coronation Street as well. You might remember that Alan Bradley famously got killed by a tram in Blackpool. And the programme, the cast have been back, I don't know how many times, you couldn't count them, I don't think, to do different episodes, because obviously Coronation Street is based in Manchester. So when the characters in the programme go on holiday, they quite often end up in Blackpool. And this is North Pier that we're coming across to now, which is the Heritage Pier, and more of those steps. Now these steps might be brilliant for sitting on and sunbathing and doing whatever you want to do on a lovely day. Perhaps not today. Perhaps it's a bit windy today for it. But they are actually part of the sea defences. So the way that they're designed, I'll just show you before we walk off. The way that they're designed is that the waves approach the steps, and as they run up the steps, it takes the energy out of the waves and it allows them to just trickle back down and reduces their severity by quite some big degree. Where waves hit a wall like this one here, that's when you get your overtopping and it comes up into the air. But because that is at the lower section, it's already taken quite a lot of the steam out of its sails, to mix metaphors. Oh, look, the sun's come out for you. Isn't that lovely? I have some rosy cheeks when I get inside. So all this space here, even though it's a multifunctional space to be used, it's also part of the sea defences. So when there is any overtopping, and I'm sure you've seen pictures of it on Facebook and one thing and another, when there is any overtopping, it catches it and gives it somewhere. It's a bit like a floodplain. It gives it somewhere to go rather than just ending up straight back in the town centre. In fact, there's a siren. There's always one. In fact, as I'm stood here now, you can see that there's a distinct slope on it, and it slopes up there towards the land. So if there is any overtopping and waves coming over from this side, this section of concrete catches the water and gives it a chance to drain back to the sea rather than ending up flooding the town centre. This is one of the installations that's part of the Blackpool illuminations. So I think the idea of this is that you can actually walk into it at night when it's turned on. I've seen photos of people doing just that, and sadly Blackpool Festival is being cancelled this year because of the dreaded C word. So that's probably all that there's going to be for this October. Terrible shame, but there's always next year. We'll just keep our fingers crossed for 2021. Oh, that's lovely. It's dropped a little bit. So this is Festival House and Beach House that we're coming up to. So Beach House, as you can see, is a bar and a bistro. That's the Viva Vegas Diner Bar and Grill over the road. And downstairs is an American themed restaurant, bar, cafe, place to eat. And then upstairs in this building is the Viva Blackpool Show Bar. So that's a big cabaret bar. And that's actually where Lewis's was, if you remember Lewis's. So this is a seafront pub, for want of a better word. And then at the back of it, the golden building, is the Tourist Information Centre and Wedding Chapel. So that big flat window that's pointing towards the tower is actually where you can get married overlooking Blackpool Tower. So you can have the tower in the back of your wedding photos. And obviously this window here on this side of the building, this one, points out over the sea. So the downstairs to that is the Visit Blackpool Tourist Information Centre. And in July 2012 it was named as one of Britain's best new buildings by RIBA, which is the Royal Institute of British Architects. It looks like the air conditioning unit wants securing. And there are some toilets down here as well. If you're as long in the tooth as I am. Oh look, the little train's going on North Pier, can you see it? I'll just zoom in. So it is still running. It's cute, that. Yeah, if you're as old along in the tooth as I am, you might remember that there were public toilets down here, and there were those original, on the old promenade that is, there were those original old Victorian contraptions that were all sort of mahogany and tiled walls. They were lovely, actually. I mean, obviously they were way out of date. So these are Danfo ones, and it's a 40p fee. And yes, the lights are on. They are all working. So if you want a public toilet when you're at this end of the town, that's where you find them. And here's the lovely beach. Very windy. And there's always people enjoying it and walking and taking in the view and the oxygen. So that's Tower Festival Headland on Blackpool seafront. So don't forget, make sure that you've subscribed to the Visit Fylde Coast YouTube channel. Hit that little bell for notifications, and then you'll know next time we upload another video that's got another windy soundtrack. Give it a like, share it with your friends, and have a lovely day. And don't get blown away. Don't get blown away in this gale. And there we are back at the other side. Look at that for a view. You have a lovely day now. See you later. Bye.